Hi diddly ho, everybody. It's time for more Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure, CCA, or just Cosmo 1. I think when it comes to the playlist title, it's going to be like a fuller name, but the video titles are just going to be like, I think I've decided Caps Locked Cosmo, or something like that. Because I need to shorten these titles, and that's kind of long for a video title, honestly. It's like with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I just shorten it to TMT. When there's like so many bylines after the fact, so hope you don't mind. I guess you didn't mind if you got this far. Alright. See these pole things? Blow them up! Why would I blow them up? Because, well, usually there's something on the podium. I don't know what I'd do if there was a podium that wasn't there, or what I'd do if I wouldn't land on the podium. Also, occasionally, there'll be like a globe that says you're in a secret area, even though the secret was just getting to it rather than seeing it. You can usually see it just fine. Or at least the globe. Oh no, it doesn't feel that secret. Yeah, you gotta be quick, or they'll just come right back up and you'll have to blow it up again. My first original playthrough of this was on an actually slow, like, 386 machine, or something like that. Yeah, it was either 286 or 386. It might have been 286. Either way, I didn't have the ad-lib music, it was just all PC speaker, and the thing would just chug. So, I'd be waiting a bit for that thing to come back up. It's like, now's my chance! But my dude was also slow, so now it's just more like, everything's fast reaction time. These tulip things, they'll spout out a bunch of those blue grapes if you don't do something about them quick. They take 2 bombs to blow up. And fortunately, I also blew up one of the blue things that managed to spawn in between that time. I don't know what those are. I just know they take 3 hits and that they shoot things at you. What's really annoying is those birds. I try very hard to get rid of them initially, until I realize somewhere towards the end of the stage there's a way to deal with them much easier, or at least dodge them easier. It took me a while, because I'm like, wait a minute, how am I going to get all those stars in the trees? Well, it's a game mechanic I didn't know about until a later level, and then when I explored this level properly, I found said game mechanic earlier than I thought it was supposed to be. It's like having a Lakitu cloud, only it's not Lakitu and it's not a cloud. This is a platform you can take anywhere with you. It's really fucking cool. And if a stage has one, I suggest using it, like, all the time. I guess unless it's too cramped. But, yeah, that's okay. I could use some health. If health is about healing, why isn't wealth about wheeling? I guess wheeling and dealing. So you require some delf, sir? I sure do. Do you require more bombs, sir? Yes, I do. I require more bombing scenarios for my bomb sandwich. Cosmo is a fellow bomberman along with Wario and Link and all those video game characters that, for some reason or another, just have bombs in their infinite pocket. Well, I guess 9 would not make that infinite, but I'm just saying infinite bombs from hyperspace. The one place bombunism can't escape to, bomb space. Correct. We got red apple things, we got green apple things. I'm gonna assume those are apples since they come in red and green, and I sure do like me a Granny Smith right about now. Do 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 do. You ever experience this weird pain in your fingers where it's just like, hey man, what's with my nail? Is it too long? It's not like I don't cut my nails, it's just it's like I can feel them growing and it's just like, the strain in my skin! I don't know. I'm full of growing pains, even though I'm well in my 30s. How's that, you ask? Well, I'm just a miracle of life. Some creatures require more than one bounce to defeat. You stupid, not as Mario brother. Considering Chris Pratt is part of the Guardians of the Galaxy, when is he going to run into Cosmo? If he's also doing a Mario thing. Also Jurassic Park, for that matter, so get out all your dinosaur references right now. Yeah, I feel like... Do I even know him beyond those 3 things now? I don't really know. Because I didn't recognize him at first. Now I do. He's got an unmistakable face. Not an unmistakable voice, however, but an unmistakable face. I feel like something like that happened with Titan AE. if you've ever heard of that movie. It was a Don Bluth movie. Kind of in reminiscence, like, kind of happened nearly at the same time as Treasure Planet. But yeah, it was just the 90s mix of animation, CGI, and the voice actor just like Matt Damon. Just like, okay, so we know Matt Damon. Do we know Matt Damon's voice? Well, I didn't at the time. There's a lot of people who voiced that. It's like they were just known as celebrities, but they were not known for voice acting. We just shove them in there like we know better. It's just like, what are you doing? It was like this. I remember thinking about this every time I do something like this, like for like Charlotte's Web and the previous, like featuring Cedric the Entertainer and Queen Latifah. I'm like, I don't know, those guys voice actors? I don't know. Never mind, it was based on a kid's book. No, I just meant the whole, like, yeah. I think the voice of Fry from Futurama has something to say on that. Or just like, yeah, they just hire these people who don't know about voice acting, but because they're famous, they get to just have the pick the litter. At least Will Smith is good at lots of things, like singing and acting and physical combat. You know, pretty good skills to have. But Will Smith, yes, Will Smith. And that's how he started his own blacksmithing company. I know, such an original joke. What? Yeah, this is a very strange game to try to describe to someone who's never played it. It's like, and you're like a green Bart Simpson with suction hands and like, you know, various things attacking you, like animals and aliens, and you know the trees are out to get you, man. What do you do when someone has a conspiracy theorist about trees? Like the polar opposite of the tree hugger. It's like, the trees are gonna kill me! Kill them first! You know, but just as illogical, whereas someone who hates trees is gonna be like, they have a mind of their own! A tree hugger will be like, they have a mind of their own, and we must love them. Like, yes, but also, you know, trees, like animals, yeah, it's a weird thing to say, but yeah, like, they're living things. But trees operate slower. Plants think and move much slower. Like, they have their own... I'd say they have their own level of mental activity. It's just very slow. Like, really slow. I'm not even sure if that's true, but it seems like anything that's alive has some sort of mental activity, so that's what I'm going to go with. What about bacteria? Where could those brains possibly go? I don't know. Check this cellular structure, man. Check how DNA works and see if there's a little mind slot for the DNA. It could just be reading the DNA code on a manual and be like, yeah, there's some brain code in there. We're just going to use that. It just makes viruses and RNA things really, really strange in the context of what is actually alive or not. You know, some might say I have a retro gaming virus. I think so. It's uncurable, but I don't care. So if we could just manage to make that jump over there. Or there's some kind of jump we can make. I'm not exiting yet. I'm gonna get the thing I wanted myself to have. But don't worry, I'm gonna have to climb up these trees first. And then we can go to Treeville. Population Tree. Oh, yeah, today I found out a game I had on Steam had an updated re-release. Just today. And I get it for free since I own the original, so I'm probably doing a little bit of that, even though I don't know how much difference it is besides the obvious graphical changes. Maybe there's some quality of life things that I don't know about, so I'll see if it's just the superior version. I don't know if I'm going to need to play the original. What was it, Desktop Dungeons? Yeah. Those are the kind of games I play on my own time, like with a lot of roguelite and roguelikes. I don't do videos on them because those are just for me. Those are the kind of games where I need some actual alone time. Like, obviously these games I need alone time to play, but I mean just, you know, they're not... There's no real goal in mind when I'm playing them. And that's what I kind of do instead of sandbox things like Minecraft or arena things like Fortnite. Even though I don't do Fortnite. I'm just giving an obvious example. I don't really do Minecraft all that much either, but I used to. For became more than a week, but it was not as long as you would think. It was more like, I gave it a fair shake, I'm done. This is before it became Bedrock Edition, which made me sad because what's wrong with keeping it Java? I never understood that. You like this weird green platform thingy? I do too. Just unnecessarily getting amount of stars from it. Remember, I'm gonna have to do some wacky things in order to get enough stars for my special bonus. So, enjoy while you have the chance to enjoy anything whatsoever. I don't know, the weaker bonus level is not that fun because all you're doing is falling down, and then that's it. That's all you get. That's all you get to do. Just fall down once. Better hope for the best. Free falling bonus stage. Yeah. I do like these backgrounds, even though they're going to be redrawn in the HD remake. Again, don't know when that's coming out. They can take their time on that because Apogee is quite busy. You know, it's kind of weird out of all the companies back then they're well known for their really cool DOS games in terms of action, and are not even that. They've all been just subsumed by other companies, and in a sense, Apogee is technically also. Except I wasn't sure about the difference between in 3D Realms. If they can stay being an indie publisher, that's fine. I just mean, you know, I think Apogee has actually stayed true to themselves. So, I guess right now, Apogee / 3D Realms is my favorite video game company right now. Even though I don't know how I'd ever get a job with them. I'm not sure how I'd do that, or what I would even provide, but I think that's the dream job, is working for Apogee. At least for me. It's big part of my childhood. More, I think, obviously more personable than Nintendo, because Nintendo's just this huge thing. But with Apogee, I feel like I get to know them on their level, and them on mine, and be like, yeah, we bros. Although, I think Apogee was originally based in Texas, so I kind of missed my chance there. Could just went down and be like, hey, I want to work for you guys. Well, that didn't really happen. The last thing of theirs I have is, what? Ion Fury? Still gonna try to make time for that. Am waiting for their B-side. So please wait. I was gonna do Shadow Warrior, like, not too long ago, but, I got an illegal read-write error while playing it, and I'm gonna have to work on what the hell happened. Because I do not want to deal with that. It's one of those things where it's like the actuality of DOS itself crashed, and I got really confused. Yeah, that'd be the equivalent of being like, your computer is soft-locked when something like that happens, and you're like, oh shit! This music is too groovy for this level. This is some Haunted Woods. Do you like Haunted Woods? Trees that come to life. Also the ghosts that are clearly not Boo inspired, I promise you. Swear to God. Cross my heart. Hope to die. Oh yeah. It sounds like some old Flesher cartoon. You know, I'm expecting the spooky, scary skeletons to come out any second now. What's interesting is the fact that you can actually jump on the ghosts, and the fact that after 4 times it turns into a smaller thingy. And you hit again. That was a weird decision for them to have. All these things that are so random, we just take for granted in video games. So whenever you play a game that's like this, that you've never played before, you're like, wow, this is all out of the ordinary. But remember, Mario was a weird game during... Super Mario Bros. Was a weird game during its time, too. But now we just accept it, even though none of it makes sense. Much like its source material, Alice in Wonderland. No joke. I'm pretty sure Alice in Wonderland is responsible for that. Not to mention an inspiration for, you know, I'm the Walrus, I'm the Eggman, Cuckoo Choo, and then that's when you realize, oh wow, Alice in Wonderland inspired Beatles, which inspired Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh my god! I just blew your mind. It's all connected. This is why Mario and Sonic are not so much brothers as Sonic is the younger cousin. Yeah, Sonic is less like Mario's brother and just be younger, cool cousin. It's like, yo, I'm hip. I existed about 7 years after you or so. I'm here. Let's do this. What is this bluegrass? Do these evil trees take place in Kentucky? Maybe they do. Or Tennessee, or, you know, that area of the America that I know about. Hell, maybe even Illinois. Nah. Virginia? Probably. But more likely Kentucky. The bluegrass state. The state of the bluegrass. Why is it blue? Why does it feel like it's blue in a way that looks like frosting to a chocolate mud cake? I have no idea. Everything is scary and trying to hurt me! And yes, this is really weird when I used to play it slower, and all I heard was the thunder sounds like without any music. Man, without the music, this game is really like, whoa, like creepy. Aren't you glad I'm playing DOS platformers that have sound now? Yay. Not that there aren't some more I have that there's still some others I have that don't have sound. I might get around to those. I haven't decided yet. I mean, like stuff like Monuments of Mars or something, which is about pretty much the bare bones of a DOS game, if I've ever seen one. But I don't feel like... I do not feel like doing that right now. It borders on archaic, but not, like, frustratingly so. Just more like, yeah, man, here's blocks on the screen. But that's alright. Like, that's how much of these guys got their start, was much older 80s games. Like with the big blue discs and stuff like that. So IBM is to blame for these DOS games, in a sense. Computing! It's the way of the future! The future of living evil trees. The friendlier cousins of those trees from the Outworld, from the Mortal Kombat franchise. The Ents. They say these Ents like to smoke the ganja every day, all day. That's why their branches are instead arms. Oh, that's pretty good. I'd like to see a mod... I wonder what it would look like with a modern interpretation of this art. Like, if someone would just like, draw this, it's like, what if this looked like real life? It's like, look at those trees, man. You just have these eyeballs sticking out the tree. It's like, I am the tree. Don't speak for me, I'm a tree. I can speak for myself. It's trees, then. Yes. Alright, that's the only way to get those things, is to jump on that ghost. I just want him dead anyway, because I don't want him chasing me. And since there's no platform below, the ghost is just assumed dead, but it's not my fault. He died due to natural causes, that of terminal velocity, which is pretty goddamn natural, if you ask me. Ah! Also, why do the ghosts have arms, too? Ghostly arms! I like the coy face it gives. It's not shy, it's instead coy. It's like, oh, was I following you? Nah, I love my fellow Cosmo. My boy, Cosmo. Not as stupid as some sort of fairy godparent or something like that. Are there actual people with the name Cosmo, though? Asking for a friend named Cosmo. What are these platforms? Yeah, we're just jumping on bones now, son. No bones about it. Okay, I'm gonna blow this up. Is it going to stay dead, though? That's the exit. Don't worry, it's not gonna kill you, but if this game couldn't get any more off the rails, there's proof right there. Just get the bomb, dude! Okay, let's just forget that. Delicious! I have been eaten by a plant, and I still live. Not bad. Way cool. Groovy. Insane. Gnarly. Outrageous. Awesome. Brilliant. Profound. Rocket scientist. That's the highest one. So if you get rocket scientist, you are guaranteed the best of your peers in terms of intelligence or just obscure grabbing collectathon things in ancient games like this one. You'll be the envy of all your friends. I still don't know why with DOS games, even as early as this, kind of relied on a scoreboard, because any game that you'd have that was not strictly an arcade game, it's kind of pointless to have a score on it. I mean, it's cool in another sense, but it's just that, you know, with a lot of old games, if you knew what you were doing, you could figure out how to farm just an incredibly high amount of points, no matter what you were doing. I don't say it's necessarily true in this game, though, but surely there's a better tracker of what someone has done in terms of video game. Oh, wait, it's called me making YouTube videos. Wow, I never would have thought of that. Thanks, miniature Owen Wilson. Wow. Wow. Tell me all about that stuff. You know, I hear they're listing DOS games on this Retro Achievements website, or whatever, but I see nobody incorporating it. I mean, I know why. Never mind trying to get something to read stuff straight out of DOS. No. It's because how easy it is to just... It is very easy to modify a DOS game. Much easier than an old console game. It really is, and I think that's the problem they're having to reckon with. Although they're not realizing that people can fuddle around with old console games just as easily. With the power of, well, not even hex editing, because obviously they'd be able to catch if someone edited a hex. But, I mean, with someone like editing the RAM in real time, that's how they cheat. No, really, that is how they do it. So, just be mindful of that if you think someone's the best, and they're just talking a good talk. It's like, prove it with a video instead of these just medals. I don't care about your medals, dude. It's like with, anyone with a PhD. Oh, you got a certificate? Alright. Let's see you prove it to me now. It's like, but then why did I get the certificate then? To make it look like you earned it? Yeah. But you could have faked earning it. Like with everyone. How dare you? You must appeal to authority, my good sir. Yeah. I think that's the thing about general trust in society. Is that, you know when you're like an infant and you don't understand object impermanence? Because the perception is that everything in your world is what you can see, hear, or taste. Kind of like if you live on one side of the planet and you don't understand what's going on the other side of the planet, that doesn't mean the other side of the planet doesn't exist. Like, people are doing things in, say, Australia that I don't know about, and I can assume, yeah, they don't exist because I don't know about them. Or think beyond space and go through time. It's like, oh man, no one in the future is going to need it. Like, just because it's not there within your presence, within your staying in the moment mind, where it's just like, just stay in the moment. I'm like, oh cool, like everything is a moment. By the time you say moment, it's already no longer a moment. You know, if we take living in the moment to its logical conclusion, our minds would be mush, because there'd be no short-term memory, never mind long-term memory. It just wouldn't be there. What was I talking about? Something about memories? I'm unironically forgetting what I was talking about while referring to my own memories. That's good. I should do that more in the future, if I remember to do so. Da-da-da-da. It's just so frustrating, man. Got my red hair with my red flare. Also, if I'm green skinned with red hair, am I just someone Celtic with leprosy? Am I an Irish alien? I believe it. And if I am, if I get into politics, will Cosmo become a cosmopolitan? That's the real question. And does being a man of the world entitle you to said ice cream? I'm talking about the vanilla strawberry chocolate thing. The official flag of ice cream. Ice cream flags? Who does things like that? I don't know. I do find it weird in those flags that represent things that are other than nations. That is kind of strange. Just a little bit, though. I suppose flags can represent anything, though. That's true. You ever look up these micronations? I'm talking about, like, islands. Like, they don't belong to any one nation. I'd say a number of islands are like this. Mainly because maybe someone forgot that they were there. But then how the humans come to this island? By accident. You know? All it takes is one person landing somewhere. A couple people. Now entering level 5. But we don't want to do level 5 yet. Level 5 is for the birds. I mean the cave birds. Are there birds in caves? No, man, just bats. Yes, bats shall
therefore be referred to as cave birds. So I hope to see you soon. Same cave bird time, same cave bird channel.